Welcome to our broadcast summary of the book of Isaiah, brought to you by Missionary John. The book of Isaiah is one of the most powerful books in the Bible. It reveals God's holiness, His justice, His mercy, and His plan to save the world through the promised Messiah. Isaiah was a prophet who ministered to the kingdoms of Judah and Jerusalem during a time when God's people had turned away from Him. They trusted in wealth, military strength, and idols instead of trusting the Lord. Through Isaiah, God called His people to repent and return to Him. Isaiah warned that judgment was coming because of sin. He declared that nations rise and fall under God's authority, and that no kingdom can stand against His will. The people were urged to seek God while there was still time. Yet Isaiah is not only a book of judgment, it is also a book of hope. Again and again, God promises that He will restore His people. A faithful remnant will survive, and one day peace and righteousness will fill the earth. One of Isaiah's greatest messages is the coming of the Messiah. Isaiah foretold that a virgin would give birth to a son called Emmanuel, meaning God with us. He also prophesied that a child would be born who would be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. Isaiah describes Messiah as the servant of the Lord. This servant would not come as a conquering king at first, but as a humble servant who would suffer for the sins of humanity. Isaiah chapter 53 explains that He would be wounded for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. By His suffering, many would receive forgiveness and peace. Christians recognize these prophecies as being fulfilled in Jesus Christ. The book also points to God's invitation for everyone to receive salvation. God calls all who are thirsty to come freely and receive His grace. He promises forgiveness, new life, and an everlasting covenant to all who turn to Him. In the final chapters, Isaiah looks beyond the present world to God's future kingdom. He speaks of a new heavens and a new earth where righteousness will dwell. Sorrow, suffering, and rebellion will come to an end, and God's people will live in His presence forever. The central message of Isaiah is clear. God is holy, sin brings judgment, but God's mercy provides salvation.